What's up, everybody? This your morning Joe with Kelo, and I got a chance to sit down with Art No Bart with an exclusive interview about her up-and-coming sneaker ball and much more. Give it to yourself one time. Boom! So of course, you know, I had to ask, what is the sneaker ball?
It's like an urban prom, but okay. I know factually, like I love to see people dressed up.
Yeah.
But we live in a time where a lot of people don't really do like the whole like shoe thing, but they love a good sneaker.
Right.
So
I like a good sneaker now.
Yeah, like so like my homies, we was talking, and it was just like, can you show me a sneaker ball? And I was like, let's get on, and I love it. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it, whatever. And I'm like, and like, so then everybody was like, I'm wear a ball grab gown with a do rag, and I was like, I like shit like that. I want to keep my art very, very urban.
Oh, sorry, mama.
Man, they laugh at us about like wearing golds and things like that. Become like the norm in the culture, whatever, for real. That they sell to us on a mask. I don't need you to sell my culture back to me. I naturally have it. So when I do like any type of show, I always want to keep it real authentic. I want you to feel like it's home. Like you kicking it with your family.
How long you been painting?
3 years.
3 years.
3 years. I've been an artist all my life.
Listen, man, I'm gonna show y'all some of this stuff Art got up. Mama.
So that's basically what it is. It's like, even though the title sounds very, very harsh and very, very pimpish, I wanted it to.
Well, I don't think it sounds pimpish at all. I think
I've had all types of shit about it.
I think it's the way people hear life.
Yeah.
I laugh because I remember being your age. You know? I'm 46, and you know I remember being 31, and I would have said it exactly like that. And so I can't criticize it. I just think that it's funny how it's cute how we evolve. And then we get to see our younger selves and we be like, man, I really was like that.
Like over the course of this, I did my spring collection was called Bitches Spring, and it was because like, oh, you pop out. See, like all my titles are very, very like ridiculous, and I love that.
Hey, listen, if you can get them in there to see that beautiful thing,
I want you to hear something like you be like. That's why I love rap music, because you will hear like even some of the most trashiest lyrics. You will hear something that'll trigger something like this. I'm doing I'm in February. I have a visual history book coming, and it's gonna show you how we ended up from Africa to here now in present day.
Right.
And I used a lot of hip hop, and it was like hip hop that you didn't think that you would find a message from or whatever. And like he's talking about something completely different, and he'll say one line in here, and he's like, "Oh, he was like, I blaze J's, like forget the Dutch slave trade, and that makes you want to go look at the Dutch slave trade." So I love repurposing of art, and that's what like a lot of the painful things that I went through was a lot of repurposing. That's all it really was. I was like, I'm going to give you some of the weirdest titles, and you're gonna think it's going to be something completely different. You look at it, you're gonna be like, oh,
that's what she was talking about.
Oh, Bitches Spring is a beautiful flower. Like we're blooming, we're popping up. Like, you make you like, oh, bitch, it is spring. And that's what happened. And like it was so funny. Like my granny came in, and my granny said that she was like, I was like, yes, that's exactly what I wanted. Yes. Like I want you to feel like, oh yeah, it's spring, and I feel like yeah. And like I want you, when you hear the title or you see my paintings for this series, I want you to be like, I really like, I feel love too, or I feel this hurt, or like this is really, really beautiful, and then you might find out what the story is behind it. You like, how could you paint that, and then you went through that. Every time I say this, bro, laugh. Or purest form, because at one point in time I wasn't the best version of myself. Right. Because I didn't love myself, so like the reflection of how I treated you.
Right.
Was a reflection.
The word itself is an art piece.
Yeah, like it's exactly how I treated myself. So it's me showing like I'll never go back to my 20s, but it's showing my journey of love over my 20s or whatever, and how I evolved to be this person at 31. And how I know what I don't like based off of the things that I've been through and I've tried to hear everything. Right. So I knew at one point in time, like, it was a reason as to why I couldn't forget most of y'all. I couldn't, it's certain, like, I hear certain things or whatever, and it'll trigger some things in my heart. But every woman that I painted in the series, they believed in what I did. And that's the thing. Even if they didn't actually purchase anything or like help me, or like they believed in what I was.
That's crazy.
That was like one of the first things they said. They were like, "Oh, you got a bright future ahead of you." Like, and I'd be like, man, like, I'll be sitting there like,
yeah.
All right,
Everybody believed in you.
But they believed in me so much so to the point where our experience with our co-creation with each other, birthed something so big for me, and then it let me know like I wanted to accept love, but I had to learn how to get through all them layers of things that I needed to heal.
Right.
So that's basically what it is. It's like even though the title sounds very, very harsh, and I wanted to spark emotions. I want you to be able to decide and come up with your own meaning for it.
Right.
I just need to get it out on canvas because it no longer serves me a purpose to hold it inside. Okay, but me as an artist, I wanted to make sure that I never lose who I am that makes me want to do this.
Right.
That was my biggest thing. I never want to lose who I am that makes me want to do this. Like, I get up in the morning because it's very hard to be a full-time artist.
Right.
You go through like your peaks and valleys, or sometimes like I'll make $3,000 in a month, and then some months I'll make $50.
Yeah.
That happened to me when I first decided to be a full-time artist. It was like I made 2 bands like in 2 weeks, and then the following month I had enough to move, and I was like the following month I'm like, this is about to be another good month, and I'm cranking out art, and I sold a book bag, and it messed my head up.
Right.
It messed my head up so much. Like I'd have quit my job at Medicaid. I really don't love myself. I started saying all types of stuff, putting me on sick leave for 6 months.
Right.
So then I had a lot of time to spend with myself. And when I had so much time to spend with myself, I realized that I hated Medicaid so much. So when I came back, I was real combative. And I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm cool. I'm going to get another job. And I got another job in Medicaid. It was just for the managed care.
Right.
And then God was just like, no, you were sick. And I gave you that sick leave time. And you still tried to come back.
Right.
And we're not going to do that again. So you try to get another job.
Right.
And that's not working for you. So let's how about we change it up again. And we're going to go ahead and take the job for you. So I'm a full-time artist. Okay, let's go ahead and do it. And we're smooth sailing. And then right when I thought everything was cool, it was just like, $50. And in my head, I was like, this is the beginning of the end. And I sat and I wallowed in that for a very, very, very long time. Yeah. And then I realized, like, you're just telling people you're a full-time artist and you're not doing anything. Right. And when I lived and I lived my lesser life, I was doing a whole bunch of things that, like, even though I'm quote-unquote good at, that's why my business is called the Art Trap. I'm quote-unquote good at, but at the same time, it's not good for me. It don't make me feel good. Right. I'm meeting all types of people within this underworld life that I'm living, but I'm not happy. Right. I'm not happy. Like, I'm meeting friends and I'm not happy because I'm not paying really. Right. Oh, you get to see.
Oh, I'm getting ready. We getting ready to see some stuff.
Yeah.
See, this morning, Joe, is different. This is my I do what I want segment. You feel me?
You walk around.
So we get to check out some of the stuff that she will allow us to see for the show.
Let's see this one right here.
This one right here.
The one behind it. I'm not going to show you everything, but I did paint with wine.
You painted with wine?
Yeah. I'll post a video.
Ooh.
Yeah, like I painted with wine.
Sugar Ray.
Yeah, like I don't drink, and that's the funny part about it.
Boom! Me neither.
I don't drink, but however, women who drink a lot, for whatever reason, like me. And I'm trying to figure out the reason as to why.
That's wine. Is that wine stains everywhere?
Yeah, like so it's wine, so that's what that represents right there. Come on.
Get comfortable.
Go ahead and see.
Get around here, man. Show me a little side.
This is for the show too. These are backgrounds, like I said. They were all similar in certain aspects, and that's what attracted me to them. However, they made me feel different. Like this one right here is very intentional lines. It's all done with a palette knife, but it's very intentional on how I did it. And this one right here was just like, man, she made me feel real chaotic. So it was like, all right, but it was like a smooth chaotic. Yeah. And then this right here, she was like very, very, very passionate. It was like a lot of like straight lines for her, but then whenever she wanted to cross it out. I know her name. It felt like that's what I was supposed to be doing. So. And you know, like.
They go to mentor.
Yeah, man, keep Bob Ross around. I keep either unfinished paintings or blank canvas on my wall at all times.
Word.
At all time. Like, the only reason why this was blank up until yesterday. But my feelings was like all types of weird. I was like,
so it might happen again to it then. You might be to slap something else on it.
Yeah, it's gonna be something totally different by the time y'all see it at the show.
Okay, you see it now.
Yeah, so like these are right now. This is just canvas sheets right there.
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm stretching and I'm gonna put it on frames that are 24 by 24. So it's even though there are 3 different girls, it's still one. It's a one set. So you can change it if you want to. You can keep them together if you want to, or you can go ahead and like separate them. I prefer people keep them together. You know, that means that I pay.
As an artist, don't we always?
Yeah, you know that like that means that I painted it well enough that you don't want to like separate them. It's like, you know, type situation. And, you know, and then I'm doing like in between pieces just to like fill the room, whatever.
So everything hanging is stuff that you're currently working on.
Yeah, that's actually finished over there. That's actually
this
going.
Missy Elliott is fire.
That's over there is finished. It's going to Connecticut.
The Phoenix.
Yeah, it's the power of self-transformation.
I don't know if I want to show they painting like that.
No, it's fine. Go ahead.
Okay, because
like,
you know people be like, I ain't even get it yet.
Yeah, and I own all the rights to everything.
Okay. And these pieces are for sale.
Yeah. And so like these, like things like this is all like background. So sometimes if I'm going to a funk, like art wise, I'll paint backgrounds.
Facts.
I'll paint backgrounds, whatever, and I'll just leave them. Like right now, I got the background right over there sitting for Lil' Kim. She's going to the show too. Like I said, I like to keep them nostalgic. The most ghetto things about it is I love. I'm sorry, like I love the color weave, I love goals, I love the do-rag, the whole bonnet aspect thing. I really love when people argue about that because a bonnet is just a softer hat if you really want
Facts.
to like. So,
I love a good bonnet. I don't know.
Yeah. If I'm not working on the series, then I'm working on in between pieces. I do customs. I do shoes. I actually got a pair of shoes right now.
Oh, let me see your shoes.
Yeah, I do shoes.
See, I told y'all this was gonna be lit.
Yeah,
Art No Bart. I told y'all. Look at that.
Yeah, I do shoes. This is all spray paint. No, this airbrush. It's not even spray paint.
Ooh, look at that.
Yeah, you
The
know.
little fly self.
Yeah.
How do you feeling? How do you feeling? Find a way, find a way, find a way, find a way, find a way.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, like.
Boy.
It's easy for me to speak to people through art.
Yeah.
Anybody can like, even though I aim to market towards black people because I want you to learn to buy black art. Catch me while I live in the same city as you before somebody else catch me and then now my art is $100,000 and you can't afford it.
Right.
Buy my art now while it's $500 or $1,000 or whatever.
Right.
And then if I do go, like it's not even when I do go over to a new city and my art is $100,000, you be like, oh yeah, I resold your work and I got $100,000.
Yeah,
like I'm like,
yeah.
Once I heard that people were reselling my art, it made me up my prices for like $250.
So people can resell your art.
Yes, you can resell my art. My art now comes with a certificate of authenticity. So that means it's just like if you got a dog with some papers.
Right.
Yeah, like
okay,
so.
That's fly.
Yeah, so if somebody
entrepreneur out this piece, y'all.
Yeah, so if somebody resells you my work and they do not give you don't let them go. Don't let them tax you.
That's right.
If they tax you like, oh nah, that means that you got my work prior to 2021.
Yeah.
I had somebody very, very smart tell me like, when you get a Picasso, don't you get the paperwork? And I was just like,
facts.
Yeah. And I feel like I'm better than Picasso. so,
as you should.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm like, so let me go ahead and
like, give you a nugget like that.
Yeah, I'm like, that means that he believed in me. That he actually believes like, you up there with Picasso, bro? Like, why are you not?
Right.
I always tell people, don't you think people would wish they would have caught Basquiat's work when he was that man that lived in the projects next door to him? And his work is worth $1 million right now.
Dang.
Stuff that he did that y'all laughed at, like that little heart or the crowns and everything, like y'all laughed at that scribble style. Half of y'all biting y'all art now.
Yep.
By going to art school, it taught me that even though we shape the culture, it's a lot of times we don't know the technical skills of things.
Right.
And we don't learn the technical skills until we get on, unfortunately, the other side.
Right.
A long time I worked with the bare minimum of equipment.
Yeah.
And like now that I'm like, I have different equipment and I'm able to work in larger schemes and things like that.
Yeah.
It makes my work pop. It gives me more confidence because it's like, oh, I didn't have to go to school for somebody to teach me this.
Right.
I learned this on my own. Now I want to go ahead and feed this back to people. I don't want to sell this game to you because nobody sold the game to me. Everybody has their place. And son, it's this card that we pull that meditation. Yeah, like the cards that we pull for meditation was this more than one right way to live.
Right.
And there is. That means that we all have our own place under the sun. Whereas I'm not good at managing certain things.
Right.
And my friend, she's a creative, but she's not a creative like how I am. She's like kind of like one of the behind the scenes creatives.
Yeah.
And when I met her, I was just like, real dope. She managed people. She was just like, who's I manage? I was like, me. And she was like, you? Hey, look, I'm like, yeah, management. And you're like, all summer, like, I was just like, nah. So you are no Bart's manager, right? And she was like, whatever. Yeah. And then one day she came to me, she was like, no, let's go ahead and try this. And it's been smooth sailing, like, ever since, because what I lack, she has, and vice versa.
Okay.
That's how all good teams
That's
work.
how it works, though.
Yeah, that's how all good teams work.
Yeah.
If it's 5 of y'all, everybody has to lack something.
Everybody got a role.
Everybody has to lack something and whatever. What I lack, you might be good at.
Right.
And I need you for that.
Right.
I don't need you to do everything. If I need you to do everything, then that means you should be just doing it by yourself. And like, cause I'm just around.
What you need me for? Facts. Ask you this last thing, right? As a young artist, I won't say aspiring because you already doing it. You making waves, you making a name for yourself. The city be raving about Art with Bart, and that's why I'm here. I'm be riding right now. I'm be riding with Art with Bart right now. You feel me? It's really vibed out in here. I really, really love it. It's really vibed out in here. There's some good energy in here. So tell me, right, about art and you know, it not being cool right now. If people think it's not as cool as, you know what I'm saying?
One, never, ever listen to anybody and say that you cannot make no money doing this. Ever. Like, I cannot stress that enough. Do not ever think
you making money.
You make everybody make
I'm making money.
We're making money.
You making money.
Yeah, we making money.
You making money. I'm making money.
And we're making money.
You making money.
Yeah, we making money.
We making money.
Because the thing is, it takes time. Also, do not start off, even if you do not believe in your work, don't start pricing your work at $50. Don't do that. One, you're messing up the game for other artists, and you're messing up the game for yourself.
Say that.
Because by the time you get to that point where you want to go ahead and do them $1,000 payments,
they're not gonna want it.
They're gonna be like, but last time I got something for you was $150 and you painted my whole house.
Yep.
Don't move off of a sense of urgency.
I like that.
Don't move off of a sense of urgency. Moving off of a sense of urgency when you don't know where your next painting gonna come in at, sometimes can really like put you in a bad position for real. Because when you actually get out of that position, now that same person, like, they don't come back to you because they came back to you because you were cheap.
Right.
They didn't come back. People don't keep coming back to McDonald's because it's good.
Say that.
They come back because it's cheap.
It's nice and cheap.
I know that I can give you $5 and get 5 McDoubles.
I want to ask a question. When can Art with Bart teach us her style of painting? Like, can we get a canvas going one day and just come kick it?
Yes, let's come on. I am always open to art classes. I am actually starting. Yeah. I'm starting to take emails so we can send out an email blast for me to start teaching children. Okay. Waiting to get everything finalized, but send me your emails and your full name with your phone number, how old your child is. Right. And we'll get back to you by the 3rd week in November to let you know when the classes are going to go. How you can pay for the classes and things of that nature. I also do philanthropy work. That's always a big thing.
That's what I'm saying.
That's a big thing for me. I always try to make sure I schedule in some type of philanthropy work. So I am going to be, in the summer, I'm going to be doing spray painting for kids. Thanks. I taught myself how to spray paint, and it was really because I started doing events here. And I was shy when I first started doing events. So people could walk up to you while you're painting or you're doing something, and they'll go like, they want you to talk. Right. And I did, like, and one of my closest friends, Tiff, she'll come and she'll like, oh, hey, this is Art No Bart, and she'd talk for me. But then one show she wasn't able to come.
And you had to talk.
Yeah, so I was like, no, I'm going to find something so I can be able to paint real quick, get the hell out of there. Right. And spray painting was it. The problem was I spray painted in a small-ass club. So everybody was just like,
I was there. I got footage of you. Wait a minute. I got footage of you. Spray paint. That was your ass almost killed me in that club. It's cool.
And so that's why I
made it.
So now to this day, I still kind of like low key model my shows. You see?
I made it. Listen, I made it. See?
Yeah.
We alive. We made it. We made it through that
You
thing.
see how life connects people?
Yeah.
It always brings you full circle.
Full circle. Do you see the circle in the... Look at the circle.
In the ring.
Oh, that's crazy. Wait till you see it. Hey, y'all, that's your morning joke with Kelo.
Feel the burn, baby.
Give it to yourself one time. Boom! Give it to yourself one
that
time.
woman kick the door out. Never behind that, they on the floor now. King, I used to want a piece, I want it all now. Used to want a piece, I want it all now. Ayy, it's mine. I'm out with cuz, I'm out with son. If it ain't about green, I'm colorblind. I can't see. It's money on my mind. I swear to God, you meet defeat, I'ma start the beat till it's down. Never be on my level. I'm king though. A free mind in a free lane. Black kings only.